And how many revolutions can you say that? Probably most of them.
Yeah.
You know, the guy that really did what Paul Revere did, his name was Ezekiel Bissell, my last name. He's the guy that did all that shit, and nobody knows his name. I was on a Zoom call with Tony, and we talked for like 2 hours. We didn't talk about Star Wars. We didn't talk about screenwriting thoughts. We mostly talked about insurgents, historical insurgencies. Like I had some background in it. In 2005, I did a piece about the Iraq War for Harper's, embedded with the Marine Corps, about how to fight insurgencies. And I wrote a book about the Vietnam War. So a lot of insurgency historical research I did on that. So Tony and I spent probably an hour and a half of our 2 hours talking about like Mao's march across China and the Irgun and early Israel and the Viet Cong and Ho Chi Minh and like just historical insurgencies. And talking to him, I was realizing, my God, like is I hadn't seen the show yet, right? This is a while before even there was even a cut of it. Just hearing him talk about that we knew we were going to show them have their first act of terrorism, Clay and Luthen together. And I argued it should be on Naboo because that's the Emperor's home planet. It's on Naboo. It's their first act of terrorism. And it ends with Luthen blowing up this bridge and them walking away. Basically, the first thing he taught her how to be an insurgent, right? So when I come back to the hospital scene, I'd already got her up to the top floor. And I remember thinking, well, how the hell do I get her to Luthen's like room now? How do I? And
Right.
then I thought, oh gosh, the first thing he taught her is going to be the last trick she uses to help him. And going from that detonation of that bridge to her blowing up all the speeders out on the parking ramps, like that was never talked about in the room. That was something that came to me when I was puzzling this out. And I think it works really beautifully insofar as like, terrorism can be made beautiful. But I love just the echo of the first thing he taught her being the last thing she needed to give him. And, and you realize on a rewatch that she planted all those bomb slap charges on her way into the hospital and then sort of slipped in with a pretend hurt hand. I was really, really proud of that sequence. And, Elizabeth plays it so beautifully and Alonso shot it so well. And, Tony's ads are throughout. So I just think it's a really beautifully made episode of television. So I'm really, really happy with how it turned out.
It was great because Clea has really come into her
more